Gail Dudley, coaching for a cause, and today we're going to talk about developing our personal mission statement. So again, if you're on here, I said I was going to jump on at 12:05. We have a few more moments. If you're here, just start throwing up the hearts. Let me know you're here. Share this. Let everyone know. Come check this out with Gail Dudley. She is talking about coaching for a cause, and we're talking about our personal mission statements. And these personal mission statements are based upon biblical principles. So throw up some hearts if you're ready to go. We're going to keep this moving. I have my notes here, so I'm going to look down every now and then. But I just wanted everyone to know I am so excited to be here with all of you on this Wednesday, which is hashtag Women Crush Wednesday. So throw out a shout to a woman who's doing great in her walk, in her business, in her nonprofit, in day-to-day activities, in motherhood and singlehood and marriage, whatever she may be doing. Send her out a tweet or a Periscope or whatever and say hashtag Women Crush Wednesday. What's up, Tanya P? I see that you're on here. Yay! So if you're on here, please share this with someone. Let them know that we are here, we are live, and we're going all in. I'm supposed to start at 12:05, and I believe it is 12:05, and I don't want to hold you long. But let people know that we're here. I'm going to be talking about our personal mission statement, and I'm going to talk about it from a biblical perspective. So we're going to be talking about that mission statement, and we're talking about it from a biblical perspective. I'm so happy to be here with all of you today. At some point, because it is from a biblical perspective, I want you to take time to read Jeremiah chapter 29, verses 11 through 13. You can go back and look at this later and write that down. And then also 1 John chapter 1, verses 1 through 4. So again, we have Jeremiah chapter 29, verses 11 through 13. And then we have 1 John chapter 1, verses 1 through 4. Yeah, throw up those hearts. We need to know that you're here. This is so exciting. So, mission statement. We are talking about how we are to move forward and do exactly what God has called us to do. What does that look like for you, and how do you jump in and do it? I have 7 items I want to leave you. Again, I might be going pretty fast, but at the same time, I want you to also focus on what it is that God has for you, and then write these things down or come back and check them out later and go forward. So number 1, we have to pray and seek God for direction. Before we can do anything else, we have to pray and seek God for directions. Everything that I do, every morning, I am praying and I am seeking God for directions. I'm asking him, what do I do today? How do I organize my day? What does my schedule look like? Am I on the right path? Do I need to change anything? We have to pray and seek God for directions. This is your personal mission statement. So that's how you stay in tune and stay connected. The second thing is that you have to develop your personal mission statement. And your personal mission statement should be no more than 25 words or less. What is your personal mission statement? Mine, I'm Gail Dudley. I am the strategist. I help everyday people organize. I help give insight to people to advance their mission. That's who I am. That's what I do. That's why I'm here today. So what is your personal mission statement? Be sure to write that down. Look at it. Ask yourself, am I connecting all the dots for based upon who I am to make sure that lines up? Number 3, and then I have 5 bullet points under number 3. So number 3, ask yourself, what is it that I want to do? Be real. Ask yourself, what are you passionate about? What do you love? What do you desire? What is it that you want to do? What is it that is no longer like work to you? What is it that when you wake up in the morning, you're so eager to get started and to jump in and to do it and to give it everything you got? What is it that you want to do that brings you life, that makes your heart sing, that gives you this melody that you feel like you're walking on water? What is it that you love to do? That's number 3. Now here's 5 bullet points on getting into number 3. 1, you got to take risk. There's nothing that you can do that's going to be easy. You're going to be terrified sometimes. You're going to be afraid sometimes, but you got to take the risk. If you don't take the risk, who will? If you don't take the risk, you'll never know what it is that you want to truly do. So you have to take a risk. The other bullet point under number 3, God has plans to prosper you, not harm you. Since God has plans to prosper you, or do it afraid. That's right, Tanya, or do it afraid. Whatever you do, you got to go and do it. That second bullet point, God has plans to prosper you, not to destroy you, not to harm you. So if he has plans to prosper you, give him something to work with. Don't stay in isolation. Don't stay hidden. Don't stay pushed aside somewhere. Don't stay under the rock. Come out and do it. He has plans to prosper you, not to harm you. The third bullet point under number 3, God is calling us forward. Here's my question to you today. Are you ready to follow him? Are you ready to go in the direction that he is leading you into? You have to be ready. God is saying, come on. We got work to do. You can't sit back and decide, do I want to do this? Don't I want to do it? Sister, brother, go and do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Go ahead and do what God is calling you to do. He's calling us forward. It's time for us to start marching forward with boldness, which brings me to my next point under number 3. Be bold and declare what it is that God is calling you to. Be bold and declare it. Be bold and declare it. We got to be bold about it. We have to have a confidence about it. We have to know without a shadow of a doubt, I am called to this thing. So we have to be bold. We have to declare it. We have to speak it over our lives. I tell myself all the time, I am the CEO and publisher of Ready Magazine, a quarterly print publication that is in 24 countries. I'm being bold about that. I am bold and I declare that I am called into a prayer to develop prayer strategies. And right now under Pray to Lose, one of the prayer strategies that I do, and you can look that up on the website. That's www.gaildudley.com, GAILDUDLEY.com. What I am bold and declare about the Pray to Lose, the 7-week boot camp, is that women's lives are changing. Not just laying aside the weight as in body weight, but laying aside the weight that is so easily stressing them out and holding them down and making them feel insignificant and having low self-esteem and stress and worry and wounds and rejection. I'm calling those things out under this prayer strategy, and lives are changing. So yes, I am bold about it, and I declare it and I decree it. So you have to speak that thing, your personal mission statement. Speak it, be bold, declare it, and do what God has called you to do. Are y'all with me? I have the 5th bullet point under number 3. Stop waiting for someone else to tell you it's okay to do it, and do it. Stop waiting for someone else. Here's the truth about that. Someone else isn't going to tell you because they're still stuck. So you have to do it on your own. Stop waiting for someone else and do what God has called you to do, and do it with boldness and gladness. And here's something I want to share, not to scare you, but to share this with you. So what if you happen to fail? So what? At least you know and you tried it. But even when you fail, if you fail, and it's not guaranteed that you fail, when you have a boldness and a confidence and you are declaring this and decreeing this unto yourself under the anointing of the Most High God, you can't fail anyway. But let's just say something happens and you slip or you trip and fall. You brush yourself off, you get on up, and you take another stab at it. You take another go at it, because God knows the plans he has for you. They're plans to prosper you, to give you a hope and a future, and not plans for destruction. So you got to get up and go for it one more time. All right, number 4, we have to fix our objectives firmly in our mind. We have to fix that thing. What is it? What's the goal and what's the objective? We're talking about our personal mission statement. We're talking about doing something that may have never been done before by you, but it's to do those things. What is it that you're going to do? You got to fix that objective, fix those goals in your mind and go forward. We have to say to ourselves, this is the risk I'm about to take, and then fill in the blank. What am I risking? What am I doing? And you have to look at that and say, I'm all in. I'm all in. I'm not going to slide in. I'm jumping in. I'm going in, and I'm going forward with everything that I have. Then we have number 5, ask God. Now, after all of that, number 5, ask God. God, do my objective line up with what you have for me? Because we want to stay in right alignment with the Lord. So God, here's everything that I've written. Now tell me, does this line up with your will? And if he says no, don't hesitate to back up. Seek his guidance and then go back out. We never want to be out of alignment with God. We always want to line up with who he is and with his will. Number 6, I'm almost done. Believe that you can do all things through Christ who gives you strength. Believe it. Believe you can. I know you can. All you got to do is believe it. I believe what it is that God has called me to do. I'm doing it. I'm taking risks. I'm not taking no for an answer. I'm moving straight ahead. And then number 7, our personal mission statement. As business owners, as nonprofit executives, as ministry developers, as Christians, everything we do should line up with the Word of God. Why? Because we are different. That's our why. We're different. Everything we do has to line up. And it's easy to misalign ourselves or go another direction because sometimes we chase after the dollar. Don't do that. Don't do that. Make sure this lines up with the will of the Lord because God is doing some great things. He's doing some amazing things, and he is birthing a new thing in so many of us. It is time for us to step out and do it. I'm Gail Dudley. I'm your strategist for everyday people doing what God has called you to do. I give insight to help you advance your mission. That's what I have. It's been 12:05 coaching with a cause. I only try to stay with you 10 to 12 minutes because you may be at your desk, you may be on your lunch break, whatever it is. I thank you for joining me, and do me a favor, send this video to someone else because I believe our personal mission statements based upon biblical principles is going to change the world.